Here's a look at the ingredients. You're going to have 2 cups of elbow macaroni, just your regular everyday elbow macaroni. We're going to have 3 types of cheeses, and I'm sticking in the yellow cheese family to give it that traditional creamy macaroni and cheese look. So we have cheddar cheese, good old American cheese, and we have mild cheddar. And this, I didn't point out, this is sharp cheddar. So those are our 3 cheeses. And then we're going to have a nice, delicious cracker topping on there. This is about 20 of those butter crackers that I have chopped up in the bag. And I'm using a 2-liter casserole dish. We're going to start by boiling the macaroni. So I'm going to get a big boiler, a regular soup pot, fill it with water, and put a substantial amount of salt in there. And that salt is going to help flavor that macaroni because macaroni is bland by nature. Let's go over there to the stove and get that boiling water going. So you can see I have a soup pot and it's boiling. I added 2 tablespoons of salt to it to give flavor to the macaroni. I put the 2 cups of macaroni in here and I'm going to let this cook, but I don't want them to be mushy. I want to have it kind of like the al dente type tenderness when you're cooking spaghetti, because we're going to put it again in the oven to cook with the cheeses and the milk. And I have the oven preheating at 400 degrees. So that's the macaroni right there. Once I get it cooked to where I need it to be, I'll be back. Now the noodles have been gently boiling for about 7 minutes, and that is how I want them to be. They're just slightly tender, just like that. And on my stove, I was cooking it gently. It's on a number 5. So it took again about 7 minutes. So I'm going to drain this off, and then we can start building our macaroni and cheese. So from here, we just basically are layering in the macaroni, then the cheese, macaroni and the cheese, and at the end we'll pour in some milk, and then we'll top it off with those cracker crumbs and some nice butter. So let's get going here. I'm going to have 3 layers, so I'm going to divide the noodles up, just eyeballing it into thirds. I'm going to go in with the American cheese because the American cheese will be a platform to hold the other cheeses. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. And now we can put on some, I think we'll go with the mild next. Excuse me, with the sharp next. And just sprinkle a good handful over. Then we're going to go with the mild cheddar. You can see this is going to have a nice blend of all types of cheeses. I'll put a little bit more there. Now I'm going to layer in another layer of macaroni. And now I think I'm going to start adding a little bit of salt in here. And I'm going to sprinkle in just half a teaspoon of salt because we did salt that water pretty good. So I'm going to do half here and then the other half of this on top. So there's that. Get some pepper in there. Now you could also do that with that bottom layer if you want, but it's going to all cook together. So I don't think that's a concern, but you can. Here there is another layer of American cheese. Gonna put that like that. Some more sharp cheese, sharp cheddar. Some mild cheddar. And the thing about macaroni and cheese is you can add as much cheese or as little cheese as you want. But I'm making this especially cheesy and creamy. Getting the last of this macaroni. Sprinkle the rest of that salt over there. Get some more of the American cheese. So all these seasonings are going to come together. The pepper, the salt, the cheese, and it's going to be really delicious. Some more sharp cheese. Some more American cheese. I think I'm going to be really heavy-handed on that mild on the top layer here. And now with the milk, you really don't have to measure it. It's going to depend on the size of your casserole dish. But I just pour enough, just enough to come up just to the top layer. And there's no need to add flour or do a roux for this one because that spaghetti and the starch in that spaghetti, try and give you a shot of where that milk is going to make a nice thick cream without adding additional flour. I'm going to give you a closer shot of that so you can see just where the milk is coming up. Right here. That's where the milk is coming right up to the top. I'll give you a side shot so you can see. So I'm spreading the crackers over top. It's going to make a nice little crunch. And if you see some that didn't quite get banged up in the bag that I was doing it in, just do it by hand. It is not the end of the world. So I'm going to put that over here like that. Like that. Now to get some butter. So I'm going to cube it up and just dot it across the top. That's all you're doing. Super, super simple. Yeah, your hands get a little messy, but you're cooking. You're cooking now. Let me wipe my hands off. Now into the oven she goes. And when you see me next, I have a nice, delicious macaroni and cheese. There she is. Nice, crusty top. And it made a nice cheesy sauce. This is the consistency you want the sauce to be. So when you're cooking it, you're checking for that. So the milk has cooked into the cheese, into the nice macaroni. And it's delicious. So I hope you make this dish. It's so tasty. And let me scoop up some for you and let you see how it looks. So get a load of that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Tasty, creamy. Look at that little cheese dripping off of there. I hope you make this for your family and your friends and for yourself. It's so satisfying. It's the epitome of comfort food. Well, that's it for now. Bye-bye.